Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a blessed weekend. Pastor Manny here. This is a ministry we have here called Looking Up at English Oaks Seventh-day Adventist Church. And where every Monday, I will be sharing an encouraging thought for the day, for the week. Share it with your friends if you know this is something that will speak to them. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here with you all. I hope you had a blessed weekend. I know some of you have today off, so I hope you're enjoying your day off on President's Day today. And let's go ahead and get started with a thought that I have for today. There's so many things going on right now that are seeking attention for our minds. Right? They are at war with our minds. They want to control our minds, right? We have everything going on from like social media to like TV and other things just happening, right? And so we have to remember that there is a war going on right now, and that's the war in our minds, right? What we put in. What has our time has our mind, and that's something that we really have to remember, really have to focus on. And I want to share a verse from share a few verses from 2 Corinthians 10, starting from verse 3. For though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are not weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine powers to demolish strongholds. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. And we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. Wow, that's some heavy stuff right there. That's some really good stuff that Paul is telling us here. He's saying, hey, first of all, we live in this world, but we don't wage war as the world does, right? The world uses other means like power, like money, authority, control, coercion, right? These are the ways of the devil. And I believe that when the things of the world, when it's waging war, it's the stuff that the devil uses to wage war against God's people, right? So we have to really remember the context of the great controversy, right? Satan is really trying to distract us. He's trying to control our minds, right? He wants to get our focus and our mind off of God. So he'll do whatever he'll do whatever he can to get us distracted from eternal things, right? So Paul says, though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. So as Christians, the weapons of our warfare, and he goes on to say that next, right? He says, the weapons we fight with are not weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. Now that is pretty amazing that God gives us these powers to take down strongholds, right? And again, it's not money, it's not authority, it's not coercion, right? The things that we wage war with. What is one of the weapons that is found in the armor of God, right? It's the sword, right? It's the word of God. It's the Bible. That is the greatest weapon we have as Christians, as believers, to wage war and to take down strongholds of the world and in our lives, right? And other things too are our prayer, right? Community, fellow believers, right? Studying the word together, being in community together, right? These are faith, hope, and love, right? These are the kind of weapons that we have against the things of this world, right? And then Paul goes on to say, we demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. All right, if there's anything that we want to take away from this thought for today, what has your mind captive right now? That's the question that we have to ask ourselves. What has our minds captive right now? Is it God? Have we given every thought captive and obedient to Jesus, right? Or are other things taken captive of our minds? Are we worried about something right now? Are we thinking about other things right now? Is our focus on what's happening in the world right now, in political or sports or anything like that, right? I'm not saying that these things are necessarily bad, but what has our minds captive? And I want to say that every thought that we have needs to be surrendered, needs to be captive and obedient to Jesus, right? Because the devil wants to deceive us. He wants us to think that we're not good enough, right? He wants us to think that God doesn't love us, right? He wants to really get our minds and take them off of Jesus, right? So, but Paul is telling us, hey, we need to have every thought taken captive and obedient to Jesus. All right. So that's my encouraging thought for today. I hope you all have a blessed day, blessed week. And remember, the weapons of our warfare are not like the world, right? We have weapons that can demolish strongholds. Any strongholds that are going on in your life right now, take it. Let Jesus take it captive, right? Like demolish those strongholds with the Word of God. Demolish those strongholds through prayer. Demolish those strongholds through fellowship with other believers. All right, seek God's promises, claim them for your life, and I guarantee you those strongholds will crumble. All right, so I hope you all again have a blessed week. Take care, and hope to see you soon. All right, stay safe.